First time you see that.
We can even do that from now on.
It makes such a difference.
All right, the Goshen Redevelopment Commission meeting of September 9th, 2025 is now in session. Tracy, could I have a roll call?
Brian Garber,
Here.
Jonathan Graber,
Here.
Megan Hessel,
Here.
Brett Weddle,
Here,
Brad Weddle, Tom Hewitt.
walking in.
I'll wait for it here. All right, I do have a change to the agenda today. We do need to add a memorandum about the downtown vaults closures. So I do need a motion to put that in today.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And that has passed 5-0. Up next is the approval of the minutes. Hopefully you've had a chance to look at them. Any additions or corrections? If not, do I have a motion to approve as presented?
Moved. Second.
All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, and that has passed 5-0. Do we have any, or it's not this meeting for the second?
The second due date for proposals for Third and Jefferson is actually this Thursday.
Oh.
They will be opened at the Board of Works meeting
Okay.
because we needed a full 30-day window. And so those will then be referred to our group to look at.
Very good. All right, we're going to go to new business. Resolution 23-2025, a resolution of the Goshen Redevelopment Commission approving of geothermal easement for Cherry Creek development. Becky.
At our August commission meeting, we approved a easement request for Cherry Creek LLC beneath the retention pond on the west end of the development. Since that time, the developer has revised their geothermal plan, opting to install vertical wells between the condominium buildings and the pond rather than the originally proposed coil system beneath the pond. This revised approach will help ensure that future maintenance of the system does not interfere with the development's overall drainage system. We are requesting approval of Resolution 23-2025 to grant the modified easement, and a copy of that document is in your packet.
Any questions or comments from members? If not, anybody in the audience want to speak? Now I'll come back to the members and have a motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that has passed 5-0. Up next, Resolution 24-2025, a resolution of the Goshen Redevelopment Commission authorizing the transfer of title for real estate. Becky.
You want to do this one, Don, or do you want me to? I can. It's fine. The new Parks Maintenance Building has been constructed on the real estate at 610 East Plymouth Avenue. Title to the real estate is presently held by the City of Goshen for the use and benefit of its Department of Redevelopment. It was in our name as we were part of the overall construction of that site. Now that construction is complete, we are recommending that the title to the real estate be transferred to the City of Goshen. And so the official approval would be to authorize the president and secretary to execute the attached quitclaim deed to effectuate this title transfer.
Questions, comments from members? I was just going to say it looks like it's a very nice facility. You've done a
It
good
does.
job.
It looks nice. It doesn't look like just a standard warehouse
You know,
set in the middle of residential and development space.
it's just a good partnership with parks and redevelopment.
Yes.
And really good.
I think it's working out well.
Anything else? Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second,
Second.
all those in favor, please say aye. Aye. Opposed, and that has passed 5-0. Up next is request for local tree clearing project, College Avenue Phase 1. Andrew.
Good afternoon, everyone. Andrew Lund, Goshen Engineering. So utility relocations for College Avenue Phase 1 are anticipated to extend through pretty much all of next year, and then early 2027. finishing just prior to the start of construction. NIPSCO Electric will be the first utility to relocate, and prior to setting the new poles, NIPSCO Electric will need the right-of-way cleared. Additional clearing by NIPSCO's crews will follow to establish a clear zone for the new pole alignment. Normally, this would be by the construction contractor. However, considering the letting date, redevelopment schedules, Board of Works schedules, as well as the holidays, NDOT staff availability, it's possible that we won't be able to have NTP for the contractor until maybe a month later, so sometime mid to late January. Then it may take a couple weeks for them to mobilize, and we are against, or both of those clearings need to happen before April 1st to avoid bat season restrictions. So in order to get all that done and to help utility relocation start as soon as possible, and minimize the risks of delay to the project, Structure Point and engineering staff are recommending that a tree clearing project be performed via locally funded project. So that cost would be taken out of the LPA project, and redevelopment would just pay it 100%. This would be with a substantial completion requirement in January, or at the latest, very early February. We're hoping for January. So it would be a month or maybe even 2 months sooner than it could happen in the LPA project. And then based on these are our engineering internal estimates based on recent bids, we would put that at a range of 170,000 to 280,000, which includes a 15% contingency. And I would say we would expect it to be in the lower range of that. That is using some bid unit prices that were probably higher than normal on our last local project. Some of that. So there's a estimate sheet attached here, which has tree removals, the counts from Structure Point, and then some field verified by myself, and then with the stump removals as well. Any questions?
I will just chime in and say you guys all have heard us talking about the utility companies and the coordination and the timing. Structure Point has done an excellent job of getting all the relocate plans put together and laying it out, where each company has confirmed, like, yes, as long as we're able to start on this date, we'll make it work. Our biggest fear is going to be that if for some reason, we have the blizzard of 2026 and they can't cut down trees in February, that NIPSCO would then delay us significantly, which would have a severe impact on the project. I think we're trying to stay ahead of that so that they don't have any excuse for not being there when they're supposed to be there. It is a cost that we would incur either way. Either it's going to be built in to the overall project, which is 80% reimbursed, federally funded. But realistically, any contractor we get is going to hire a subcontractor to do it anyway. So this gives us the opportunity to most likely work with a tree clearing subcontractor to have a better price. So even though we would be paying 100% of it, I would anticipate the pricing would be better.
So it's not currently budgeted anywhere. It's just anticipated to be budgeted somewhere.
No, it is right now, it's part of the overall project scope. It's just when you have NDOT agreements, we're worried that if they can't start till late. Yes.
My only question is making sure that it gets removed out of those
Yes.
budgets.
Correct. Yeah, it would be. I'll confirm with Structure Point, but yeah, make sure that they're
We're not paying for something they don't have to do.
correct. That they
We're paying twice for it.
Twice for something.
Yeah.
Is there a plan to replace eventually the 125 trees that we are going to be removing?
it's not in the project. It would be something that we would talk to redevelopment or at a future date. I've had some preliminary conversations with Aaron. we think
That's just
that-
a lot of beautiful trees to be coming down. So I just want to hope that we get some of them replanted
Sure.
when we rebuild.
and a lot of these are smaller diameter trees. They're they're arborvitae or smaller screening trees. So, but yes, you're right. There are some large trees.
Do you know how this amount compares to the budgeted amount?
So this estimate, what Structure Point provided was less than the lowest estimate. However, I have my counts are higher, or as far as the tree count, and I have my unit prices are higher because I'm basing this on local bid prices. But the again, I think we'll be on the lower range of this because I kind of, even for the low prices, I wasn't using the lowest bidder that we had seen, but I was informed later after making this estimate that maybe I should have been.
And could you remind us again from where to where phase one is?
Yeah, yes. So College Avenue yes, this project is US 33 to Century Drive, essentially.
Just east of
Yeah,
Century
just
Drive.
east of Century
So
Drive.
between Century Drive and the railroad tracks. And I would say that a majority of these trees would be along the north side of the roadway.
Yes, and then there is a row right by the space maker storage
Yes.
units.
So that is
There's-
on the south side of the road. It's the self-storage
Yeah.
development.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, on the south. Yeah, hotel. Okay.
So to your point, Megan, again, these are mainly arborvitae style trees.
Those are,
Yeah.
right by space maker. They are,
I
yes.
just can't envision that many large hardwood trees through there.
There are some.
And you've got them listed here.
Yeah, so I'd look for probably the 18-inch and up, or maybe your more, your trees you're gonna miss from driving by.
Right, 17 trees.
17.
It's not as bad as 125. So
So they-
And again, a lot of that too, I mean, you'll see there's 75 shrubs included there. So this isn't all
Yeah.
massive tree clearing.
Rose of Sharon was a popular choice.
And again, the reason to do this would be to expedite the tree removal process.
Yes.
So that utilities are not delayed
Correct.
when the construction actually begins.
That is
One
correct.
excuse is not the-
We're trying to eliminate every delay that we can.
Does this get bid then?
Yes.
Yeah. I know what it costs to cut down one big tree, so. Maybe I should get into tree cutting.
And I should add, this estimate includes full stump removal, which I'm not sure is something that INDOT is as accustomed to. Sometimes I think they would just grind it. But we recently specified this full stump and root removal because we don't want utilities caught in roots later on.
We actually have that exact scenario on Wilden Avenue. There is a significant utility that went right through a tree stump that was not removed. So we're trying to think ahead for the future and how things can be maintained efficiently.
Any other questions, comments? If not, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
I
Opposed?
Aye.
There we go. It has passed 4-1. All right. Up next, request to issue a request for proposals for 113 West Jefferson Street, 233 South Main Street. Becky.
Staff is requesting authorization to issue a request for proposals for the property at 113 West Jefferson / 233 South Main Street. The full RFP is attached, but as you guys are well aware, this is the former D&T muffler shop that is at the northwest corner of Main and Jefferson. The city has owned it for several years now. After the muffler shop relocated out of the building, we had issued a request for proposals previously. I believe we received 2 proposals at that time. We were not able to reach an agreement on either. One of those was the Chamber of Commerce, and we were hopeful if we could do some building shuffling of departments, but in light of recent legislation, a lot of those bigger plans have changed. So we are ready to put this building back out on the market. It's a very small lot. It contains basically just the building, and this is something that we had talked about the last time we issued this. The city will maintain the west half of the lot to construct the city parking lot that is part of our West Jefferson Street Road project that is still in the works, hoping for next year construction. The average of the 2 updated appraisals came to 242,500. Previously, I think we were just under 200,000, or a monthly lease amount of $2,650. Proposals would be due by October 14th at noon to be opened by the commission. If none of them meet the minimum requirements, we would accept them for an additional 30 days, with them being due on November 13th. This is a prime corner. The building is basically a block structure. There's not much to it, very limited HVAC, plumbing, everything's basically been removed. And so it's a shell. We have had inquiries from several individuals, so I do anticipate receiving proposals.
Is somebody currently renting it to store things in?
Phoenix Performing Arts has been
Okay.
utilizing it to build their props for the productions they put on at Goshen High School. And they've essentially just been paying the utilities while we have not had a use for the building and storing their materials for their shows. We have let them know, and we will look to find another location near downtown for them to be able to do that same type of thing. It's been great for them to have that so close by with their different props and equipment.
The reason there's 2 addresses is the building has 2 facing.
Yes, so there are 2 parcels. There've always been one building, so I think it's just historically been that way. But we would subdivide it and create a 2-lot subdivision where one is the city parking lot and one is the building.
Oh, so it's divided long ways across.
Right now it is, and we would modify it to split north and south instead.
Any questions, comments from members? If not, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and then has passed 5-0. Up next, request to issue a request for proposals for 908 North 6th Street. Becky.
Staff is requesting authorization to issue a request for proposals for the property at 908 North 6th Street. Copy of the full RFP is attached. To refresh your memories, we had talked at length about this property at the end of last year. It is a large parcel at the northeast corner of 6th and Wilden, previously occupied by an old geodesic church that was demolished several years ago and has just been green space since that time. The church had expressed an interest in it being maintained as an open field with our Parks Department, but upon discussion and knowing that housing is a need, and knowing that there's some interested parties in creating that housing, the commission had made the recommendation that it be developed as single-family housing that would be consistent with the neighborhood. At that time, engineering had just given us a simple SketchUp showing that there could be 3 single-family lots that meet the traditional lot sizes and still allow for some retention at the south end of the property along Wilden. We have noted in the request for proposals that there would need to be some sanitary sewer extended because it does not extend north on 6th Street. And we have also not been the ones that have subdivided the property. That would be a requirement of whoever wants to develop it. So they could determine how much stormwater is needed, how much that southern area needed to be exactly, and how they want to divide it. So giving them some flexibility in that regard. The property has been appraised at 42,500, which is the minimum purchase price. And again, they would be responsible for extending the sanitary sewer, providing the on-site stormwater retention, and then constructing all their sidewalks per city standards. If issued and approved today, proposals would be due by noon on October 14th and opened at the commission meeting. And then if no full price offers, we would open it for an additional 30 days with proposals due November 13th.
Our next meeting on my calendar is October 13th, not October 14th.
That's interesting. We could make sure that's updated.
I didn't know if we would have an extra meeting on Wednesday, the day after we have a meeting on Tuesday. I'm happy to attend if needed, but I was just looking at the calendar. Real quick.
You're right.
What was that? Oh, is it because it's a holiday?
Okay, I'm in 2026. Never mind. Disregard that. I'm just planning for next year, guys.
Wait,
Just
what?
want to keep you on your toes.
What now?
It's still the 14th.
Yeah.
I was looking
was
at
looking at
2026,
2026.
so I'm just trying to plan for next year. Just trying to get us ready. Okay, come on.
Yeah, could we not speed that up at all?
So this is just a tangential question. How do the properties north of that property get their sanitary sewer?
There's an alleyway to the north. It's a higher grade, probably about 12 feet higher, and that sanitary sewer runs east-west.
So they're served from the northern alley.
And so that alley doesn't come down to,
The grade
Building.
changes to different.
There's 12 foot of, at least 12 foot of elevation difference to Wilden Avenue to the north.
they have to go south.
You have to go south unless there's a low pressure system, but either way, there is no sewer.
What did the church do?
They're on Wilden. Their service is off of Wilden Avenue.
So it'd be the property, if they subdivide, they need to do the extensions.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Any other questions, comments from members?
I will note that the RFP does say our desire is to see the single family with the subdivision. There is potential somebody may give us a different concept. It would be up to the board to review and decide if it's something that we are interested in. But we did have quite a bit of discussion at the end of last year, so we just wanted to make sure we were at least telling them what the desire has been to help guide their proposals.
All right, any other things? Okay. Not, do you have a motion to approve? Do
So moved.
I have a second?
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, and that has passed 5-0. And last thing today is memorandum of downtown vault closures, walk-in requests by Destin Saylor.
Thank you. And that's the Saylor Director of Public Works and Utilities. So before you've got a walk-in request for vault closures, redevelopment has funding budgeted for vault closures for the downtown business district. We have currently 3 vaults that are, I think, under administrative action for closure. The property owner is working with a contractor to build that interior wall under the current policy, that once that property owner builds that wall and separates themselves from that vault within the public right of way, the vault space becomes the city's. And then the city will then fill it and then place a new sidewalk over the top of it. Plan right now is that we get a contractor that's in place for at least a year to address any additional ones that come up in the next year. Just rough estimates of put in there for $300 or $100,000, which will take care of roughly 300 feet. It should be fairly encompassing. And the vault assumes that it'd be a 15-foot wide by 7 feet deep area for filling.
We as staff are working, we have actually built into our GIS system a way to better track these and document and, keep everything together. Working with our building department on their inspections, making sure we're all on the same page. I am putting together a spreadsheet, so we should have more detail for you next month. In the past, you guys have asked how many and that type of thing. So we will be able to provide more of an update, but I believe that at minimum, we'll have 3 done soon. And I know that in talking with Myron Grice, they've done several additional inspections on other vaults in the last few weeks, hoping to keep us moving forward where necessary.
I am finishing up the specification for this, and we'll be working with Goshen Legal. So as opposed to waiting another month before the next meeting, I ask that if you approve this, that you authorize Becky Hutzel, the redevelopment director, to sign the agreement once it's received from the contract.
So like the $100,000 is anticipated to cover majority of them, or just
Depends.
what do you?
It
what do you
depends. I
think?
mean, we have, again, I estimated up to, actually I said 300, 200 feet, linear feet of vault length, 15-foot wide.
How
So
many?
it's considerable.
The 3 that you're talking about are ready to do. How many linear feet is that?
They'll take at least 50 to 60 feet worth of length.
But that will still allow for several additional, yeah. And the first 3 that we're looking at are pretty substantial. They're some of the larger vaults. And so,
Is that the one that's the alley's closed down?
no,
No, so that I was going to mention that. So as of Monday, Goshen Utilities started working on parking lot Q. That's north of Clinton Street. So we are removing one of the biggest vaults. Actually, it is the biggest vault that we're aware of. It was underneath the parking lot. Holes had developed in the surface, and Civil City is managing that one as far as cost goes. So we're hoping in the next 3 weeks that we'll be pretty well wrapped up with that one, and then putting a new pavement surface in there. If you get a chance, walk down there, take a look. They've been clearing out a lot of old history.
well, and the mayor had actually asked if redevelopment would contribute towards that parking lot, knowing that it's a downtown parking lot. It will be maintained as a city parking lot. And we have, and we'll talk a little bit in our executive session, but there seems to be some spurred development on the north end up there. And so having additional city parking may be ideal. So it's being done in-house by city crews, correct? So it would just be the time and materials pricing,
It's,
which is a benefit, but it's a way that we could,
Parking lot by Goshen City.
no, this is the
it's-
one that.
yes, it would be to the west of the Brethren. Yes.
I did see a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I thought that was maybe, that's why I thought that this was coming up, because it was that.
That is a vault. It's just not one of the
Not one of them.
vaults we're talking about here.
It's where that,
It's north of the Spawn building.
Yeah. So adjacent to the old hair salon.
Off of
Main and
Main,
Clinton.
yeah.
There was a hair salon there,
Yeah.
or maybe there still is.
And where are the 3 vaults that are the start?
They are near Main and Washington.
Correct.
So they're at the central square. So I think they are on the southwest corner is the first corner that we're looking at, because there are some that are in the worst condition.
Well, I'm in favor of this. I just think we need to get this done. It's been way hanging over our heads too long.
Any other questions, comments? If not, do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, all right. So it has passed 5-0.
Thank you.
I said aye.
All right, up next, the approval register of claims. Any questions or comments on the claims? If not, do I have a motion to approve the claims as presented?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor, please say aye. Opposed, and that has passed 5-0. Up next, the monthly redevelopment staff report. Becky.
I don't think there's anything significant. I will note that for the pedestrian crossing near Waterford Mills Parkway, we are continuing to get stalled by the railroad on getting the permission, but we are not giving up. We definitely want to get that going. Also, Structure Point is actively mobilizing to the site for the survey work for Madison Street. So they know that that is also critical, and that was the agreement we updated a few months ago or approved a few months ago. Story and Lincoln, curb is going in, drive approaches are going in, and we're hoping within the next 10 days, they'll start paving Olive and the west portion of Lincoln. We are getting a bit concerned about opening up past Story yet this season, knowing that there could be too many things that would go wrong that would prevent us opening the roadway, right? Yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah. Well, it just seems a risk. We know we still have gas in that area. If we run into any conflicts, we'll have no opportunity to get the road back open before winter. So that portion of Lincoln will get wrapped into our Story portion next year. Lots happening at Aerial Psych Works, as you all have seen. Anything? You-
I noticed there was a comment about the annex, some reduction of scope of work.
Initially, the city's intent was to do full renovations on our annex building to fully restore the second floor. In light of all of the changes to budgets, we are not moving forward with the full scope at this point in time. It was a very expensive project, and we're trying to utilize the funding in our GEO bond to make improvements across various buildings right now. So we are going to make sure we tuck point and take care of the envelope of the building. We're looking at having an ADA compliant lift installed, some energy efficiency improvements with the windows, and obviously the roof is in the works now. But the option of moving office space up onto the second floor had a price tag. It was higher than our budgets are going to allow for.
So the amount that it was coming in at was higher than the amount we had budgeted.
It was at the very top of what we had budgeted. But knowing that we weren't gaining a lot of usable space, I mean, we were able to expand out of our crowded offices within our building. We were able to get some people out of the basement offices. But it still didn't resolve, where does city court go? Where does our fire administration go? So since we have initially started talking about that, we have evaluated where we're putting different departments and moving people around. What was the price tag, Dustin? Do you remember? I think it was like 4.8 to do the second floor of the building. Well, I think that was, we'd never fully scaled back the electrical, right? But it was higher than
I'm just,
we anticipated.
I would wonder, the need isn't gone away just because the money went away. And I just worry that other options are going to end up being more expensive because we're going to do them later than paying more than, I just wonder if that's a good decision. Because it feels like it's painful to pay and it's going to make tight budget, but we needed that space. The city needed the space. We don't need the space. The city needed the space. And if it's not there, then
I think ultimately it would have required a larger contribution from redevelopment to make it work. And knowing that we have a full queue of projects.
I think it goes, Becky's been very answering this very politically correct. Not only is the expense of the project a lot higher than we had hoped, but with the all the unknowns with the state level of SEA one and the negative impact on Civil City, Redevelopment Commission,
Everything.
go on and on and on. It's, I would say the mayor is being very cautious in any maybe needed, but maybe not needed immediately type of projects with big ticket prices like that, because you just don't know. We can't put the city in a position where we're now underfunding more essential services, streets, fire, police, you name it. So yes, the cost of it went up, but then also just the disaster that's been created through SEA one and the unknowns. It just makes it too unpredictable to go forward on some of these projects. Fire station, Shanklin Pool, Annex building. And keep going on and on and on.
Goshen News, moving forward with trying to acquire that. I mean, there's a lot of things where it would have been fabulous had it all worked out. And it seemed to be lining up until the financial outlook changed dramatically. I mean, even knowing that redevelopment is going to take a hit on TIF was unexpected. And not knowing for sure how long these changes will continue to have an impact is making us conservative at this point. I will say the roof also ended up being more expensive than planned.
So surprised.
I would not want to be one of those guys on the roof. That's all I got to say.
What's the estimated completion time?
For the roof,
Sorry, Dustin.
No, that's fine. They're making better progress now. So the firm has come in to start putting insulation in the upper attic area. So the south side and a majority of the west side are complete. Over the weekend, they ripped off the tiles on the north side, and they're working on putting the ice and water shield on that, and then we'll start. So they're thinking roughly beginning October for the north side, should be done with that, and then they'll wrap around and do the last portion on the east and south side. We actually had to work with NIPSCO, who was cooperative in that, and so you'll see the back parking lot was redone. We had to bury the electrical wires because the scaffolding was too close to the electrical wires. And so that took a delay in getting it done. So I'm hopeful that 1st of December that we will be substantially undercover.
All right. Well, we go to open forum. Any other things brought up for today? I was going to ask Dustin on the Lincoln Avenue project. I seen they just paved maybe yesterday or 2 days ago before you hit Olive Street on the south side of the road. Almost looks like is that the driveway approach for the new apartment complex, or is that
turn lane? It's going to be 3 lanes. Like there's a continuous
Right.
turn lane from Olive to Lincoln.
But it looked like parking spaces. That's that far off the road yesterday. Is that what it is? Parking spaces?
No,
No, it's
The
turn
road
lane.
width.
So there's a left turn lane designated for Olive and a through lane.
so it's 3-lane roadway instead of 2.
So you get up when the striping comes, it'll make, I think, more visual sense. But
Okay.
yeah, it'll be so people don't have to slow down to make that left-hand turn.
Okay.
So it's widened.
Because they got the curbing up, they poured it to the south in that field. So you're saying that's
Yes.
okay. All right. I had a couple of the homeowners that asked me yesterday
Yeah.
about that too. And
It's going to feel substantially wider, but it is currently a very narrow roadway for
Yeah,
the
oh,
type of traffic that's on it.
I think that the biggest thing that you're going to notice is those intersections are significantly wider.
oh, it looks good. Olive Street looks
So
great.
semi should have no issue of
Yeah.
at least hopefully not driving over the
They
sidewalk.
you'll still find a way, I guarantee. Yeah, that way. And then I had one of the homeowners, well, they were worried they were gonna have to pay for the sidewalk. I said, no, that's all part of the project. No, you're good. So, but the sidewalks on both sides looks good.
It's a substantial improvement.
And so.
Yes. Much wider.
Any other things? Okay. Our next regular meeting will be October 14th, 2025 at 3 o'clock. We are going to have an executive session after this meeting is adjourned. So do I have,
Quick.
Huh?
That'll be quick. It will.
Not on the executive committees.
Yes, you are. You're not allowed to leave. We do need to adjourn. and
So do
then-
you have a motion